Hi guys, my name is Toby Samuel. Welcome to my channel. Just in case it's the first time you're meeting me, you might just want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the post notification bell, like and comment to our videos. You might also want to share the videos. Please, I want you to know that today's update is not like every other update. So this one is strictly discussion between um, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and some of the UN officials. You are going to hear the conversation. So stay cool and listen to the meeting. Thank you so very much.
Agreement with us, and we've been engaged ever since.
Thank you very much for that in-depth brief. I wouldn't want to go into the Liberia thing and all that because a lot of people already have heard about how you handled it, and history is about to repeat itself. Now, we have been seeing recently, news on different platforms about your organization filing some kind of document to the ICC, International Criminal Court. So, could you tell us, what is going on? Is there an update from the September filing?
Absolutely. We've, as you know, there's a lot of things that we're doing that are confidential. But what I can share with you was that we have collected evidence and information where we prepared our very first criminal referral to the Office of the Prosecutor at the International Criminal Court on 15 September of this year. And that was a confidential but a very comprehensive compilation of evidence we submitted to them that they received, acknowledged receipt, and are actively examining that information. And we'd also requested that if they had not opened up an investigation yet, to add this to the preliminary examination. However, we are actively seeking that they seek approval from the pretrial chamber to open an investigation specifically into the wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, and most notably targeting the indigenous people of Biafra. Now, since that time frame, we have collected additional evidence, and we submitted a second referral containing criminal information and evidence to substantiate further ongoing and wide-scale systematic killing of the civilian population, and again, specifically targeting the IPOB. That was also acknowledged. It's being examined. And again, we are requesting that they formally open an investigation and look into what we are identifying as a genocide that's being committed by the Nigerian government and extremist Fulanis against the indigenous people of Biafra.
Thank you very much. You said it has been acknowledged, and you are waiting for the ICC to open investigation. So, I just want to, for just a clarification, is it that when the application is filed, they have to be after the acknowledgement, they have to now open the investigation for that particular case?
Well, what the process is that they have to seek formal approval from the pretrial chambers to do that. What we are doing is providing them ample evidence to justify that request to open an investigation, and most specifically looking at the, again, wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, which is a crime against humanity and, quite frankly, genocide that we believe is being committed against indigenous people of Biafra.
Nigerians, if you're tired of working every single time and still not earning enough, or you're tired of the fuel prices that are going to the sky or the bad economy, what if...
So when this thing is filed, is it like something that anybody can ask and get information that, some kind of complaint or application has been lodged at the ICC? Is it something that anybody can ask question and you get some information or some kind of feedback from the ICC?
Well, we have gotten written responses, acknowledgement, as you typically do, and we've also gotten responses directly from the Office of the Prosecutor. And it is a process, and as you can imagine, we collected very sensitive information, and it's confidential. Certainly they have all the details, but it's not something that's publicly and readily available to the public for obvious reasons. We have confidential sources of information and evidence that needs to be protected, but the ICC is well aware of it, and they have that, and it's their obligation to examine and look at that, and we've done that under the protection of the ICC, so that sources and witnesses and methods and operations are not inadvertently disclosed or discovered, to protect the individuals that are involved.
Yeah. All right. So the last time you were here, and I have also been privileged to see the release from your group. There are some other organizations you have mentioned that that were communicated officially. So could you brief us about them, like for the Committee on Human Rights at the UN and all that, and then also you mentioned about the United Kingdom. Let us take it step by step. Brief us about the Committee on Human Rights at the UN. What do you intend to get from them?
Absolutely. This is a process, as you know. You have to educate people and make them aware of this. And this is it's a process, and it takes time to do that. So we are familiar with all the organizations that have an interest in jurisdiction in this. So in September, we had written specifically and made a complaint to the Secretary General in hopes that it would be elevated to the Security Council. Simultaneously, we provide a written notice to the High Commissioner for Human Rights for the UN in Geneva, and put her on notice, Madame Juria, of the circumstances and information to the extent that we could talk about in the first referral to the ICC. And we also notified the Foreign Office in the UK as well, to make sure that they were aware. Now, this month we followed through, because unfortunately right now, despite people that indicate that they go and are meeting with people, they are not meeting people in person. So the process is in writing. You can do it in writing, but we also like to do it in person. And unfortunately, the Office of the High Commissioner is not meeting. That entire office is not meeting people in person. So this is the recourse that we have for now. Certainly, when the opportunity presents itself that we can meet in person, we definitely want to follow up. So this second referral we made was a formal written complaint to the Human Rights Council, which is also falls under the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. So that has been done, and what we're seeking is an independent commission of an international inquiry where people would be appointed, experts would be appointed to look into the wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, including the indigenous people of Biafra. So it's separate, distinct from the ICC, but we're reaching out to those entities that have a vested interest to look into this. We also had submitted this again to the Foreign Office, a redacted version of the criminal complaint, which was acknowledged receipt and also forwarded to the appropriate offices in London and also in The Hague. So we are moving forward, we're making progress, and we are reaching out to the people that have direct responsibility, to include the U.S. Congress. This actually last month, Congressman Smith, the co-chairman of the U.S. Congressional Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission, held hearings, and was entitled "The Balance of Human Rights and Counterterrorism." And what has happened, many governments have used the terrorism label to target their opposition. And there's been an abuse of this. And he specifically cites the Buhari, President Muhammadu Buhari, as being one of those that has pursued his opposition, such as the indigenous people of opposition and using the prescription of terrorism as a form of repression. So this is a very significant step in the process where we're getting notoriety on this issue, and Nigeria is being brought under the microscope, particularly in the US, with the UN, and even in the UK. So we think we're making progress, and again, this is part of the human rights advocacy campaign and also what the leader wanted us to do, and that was to pursue justice and accountability on behalf of the indigenous people of Biafra. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Do you ever feel like you have too much knowledge to keep to yourself? Imagine transforming all those years of experience into a coaching business that pays you while you help others achieve their dreams. I'm Mayowa Adeote, and I've helped coaches and business leaders generate over $1 million in revenue, starting with just one thing: getting their first 10 clients. I work with experts like you who are ready to stop sitting on the sidelines and start making real impact and income with their knowledge. I get it though, you've tried before. Maybe you've created a program, written a course, or even launched a service, but nothing seemed to stick. The marketing seemed complicated, and you ended up with more frustration than success. The fear of wasting more time and energy just keeps you stuck. You know your expertise has value, but you are unsure how to make it work. That's where the Expert to Coach Challenge comes in. Over 3 intensive days, I will help you create a clear roadmap for success. Together, we will build a strong offer, refine your messaging, and I will show you exactly how to market yourself to the right audience. And this is all you need to start. No fluff, just the practical steps you need to land the first 10 clients within weeks. Participants in my last challenge were already signing clients before the end of the program. That's how powerful this process is. We don't just talk about theory, we implement together. In those 3 days, you will walk away with not just knowledge, but tangible results and a clear blueprint. If you're ready to take control and turn your expertise into a real business, click the link below right now to join the Expert to Coach Challenge. Seats are limited, and this will be the opportunity that changes everything. I mean everything for you. Don't wait. Don't wait. Start your coaching journey right now. The link below this video takes you over to the page where you can register for this training. Just click on it and follow the steps.
I wanna fly the world, I wanna fly better. Take me where the world is good, and we are together.
Thank you very much for this explanation. A lot of people, when you look at the screen, I'm just flashing the first communication to the ICC. A lot of people don't understand the process and the procedure of this ICC. So is it that you have to petition, like here, it says that the BWGG petition the ICC expand the Nigeria government crimes to also include international rendition of the regime political opponent, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on this, and there is the British citizens and all that. So is it that when you are filing a petition to the ICC, it is not? It doesn't, of course. Can you explain more? Because a lot of people may think that when you file petition to the ICC, you are filing petition to ordinary court. There is, I know at least there is something called the admissibility criteria or admissibility standard of cases in ICC. So could you just a little bit brief tell people what does that mean? When we talk about admissibility standard or admissibility criteria. Thank you.
Absolutely. The International Criminal Court was stood up in 2002 officially, and it's really the court of last resort. And there are signatories, which mean people sign up to allowing the International Criminal Court to seek jurisdiction over crimes against humanity and international violations of humanitarian law under Article 7, which is the Rome Statute that outlines what the criminal statutes are. For example, murder, genocide, torture, all those types of statutes. Nigeria is a signatory to it. So the ICC does have jurisdiction over the government of Nigeria